All right, good morning, good morning. Little impromptu London stream here. Just a little impromptu London stream. Can't sleep, so figure why not. If you can't sleep, you may as well just stream. You may as well jump onto the charts. We'll pay for it tomorrow, probably, but that's all right. We will pay for it tomorrow. What up, Timothy? Oh, man. Let's check the audio here. How is it? Seems all right. Nah, I just got on Zilmy. I just got on. What do we got going on? Just moving up. I mean, I am kind of thinking of a long. I'm dreaming of a long here. All right. What up, George? Uh, I was asleep and I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. I just woke up and was like, yo, well, let's go ahead and jump on. Why not? Uh, let's figure we could do a little impromptu stream here. No big deal. Do, 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 do. Yeah, pretty good weekend, Zomi. How about you? Pretty good, pretty good. We'll probably be on an eval today. That's what I'm thinking. We'll go with an Apex eval. You know, maybe we're out of sync a little bit. We'll see. Uh, 6 is that the right account? It is. Are there any equal lows or anything like that on here? I don't see much. Let's see. What up, Krapool? Yeah, we're doing a little impromptu trading here. I mean, I'm kind of like normally how I play the London session. If you guys know, I mean, maybe you don't know because you haven't been on in London in a while. But what I would normally do is I would normally like to see a sweep of the Asia high and then target the Asia low on a pullback. You know, so maybe like something like that going into the open. But I'm pretty bullish today because, like, after this huge move down on Friday, I just don't see how we don't have some sort of a reasonable retracement right? And so I think targeting kind of the 730 area would make a lot of sense. You got this wick up here at the 640s. I think that probably makes a lot of sense. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear here and see what happens. Like I said, my normal thought process if I was trading London would be to target 386. But I think that since we're so close to this buy side liquidity, I think we probably hit that. And then, you know, you could look for a short out of that 700 area, kind of a psych level there. We do have a 5-minute untested wick there as well, kind of right there. So we'll see. So we'll kind of play it by ear here going into the open, and we'll see what happens. What's up, Midnight? That's what we will do. I'm not just going to jump into a position here just kind of willy-nilly. We'll wait and see what we get. I'm trying to see if there's like any kind of equal highs or anything that I'm missing. I don't see anything. I don't know if you guys saw the issues, if y'all had issues with Rhythmic on Friday with my funded or with Fast Track. I did have the issue with Fast Track myself. My accounts got nuked and all the drama. I really didn't say anything on Friday because I wanted to wait and see what they decided to do about it before I kind of just said anything. But they did come out yesterday and announce that all accounts that were blown on Friday or closed on Friday red will be reset to Thursday's end of day balance. Please allow 1 to 2 days for the accounts to be restored. And in the meantime, drop us a review if you love Fast Track trading. Now, there was some back and forth before this happened, but they came out with an original announcement and said that they were just going to reset all the accounts. So as you guys know, I had, I think, 10 or 11 accounts within $250, $300 of payout. And so, like, there was some devastation there when they were talking about resetting it back to just resetting every account. I was like, they were like, oh, this is the most fair thing to do. And I spoke up right away and was like, that is not the most fair thing to do. I basically said, you know, the most fair thing to do is to reset back to the previous day balance. And I guess other people chimed in. And that's what they ended up deciding to do, which I believe is the right thing. So that's good. I don't know, Midnight. Are you having a late payment? I'm not sure. Most of my payments have been within 7 or 8 days. Now, I will say, Midnight, my last payment request, it is currently at 11 days, and I've not received the payment yet. So, now I did get the approval, but I've not received the payment. Good morning, Robert. So I did get the approval already, but I have not received the payment. ES has reclaimed the 54.38 level. Let me see what Mancini's kind of saying on these levels here. Bears control until 75 reclaims. And we're kind of grinding back up to that number. That kind of would align with kind of what we're thinking. You know, maybe a push up into the 640s. Pivot point there at 590. We'll try not to be like, we're only on an eval this morning, so I'm trying not to be like super aggressive. But right now, this teeny weeny gap is kind of holding us down. You can see we've pushed through, tapped our head, tapped our head, tapped our head, tapped our head, tapped our head. So if we my guess is if we break this gap, we see that swing high over there to the left fairly quickly. Now, is this an entry? I mean, one could take it as an entry, but this is obviously not. You know, you're kind of just chopping around here. The idea is if we break this gap, we probably breach this high. Because this gap's been tested several times, which just tells you that this means something, right? Attractive equal highs slightly above. Where at? Am I missing them? I may be missing them. Or are you talking about these here? Yeah, they're going to reset all accounts, Robert, that ended Friday with a negative balance. They're going to reset it back to Thursday's P&L. So, good morning, Marson. It's been 13 days and still waiting for your first payout to arrive. Yeah, midnight. That's frustrating. I do know they prioritize like bigger payouts for whatever reason. I don't know. So I trust them. I think they'll pay you, but you know, who knows the timeline. What up, expert computer help? Anybody watch Kellyanne's video about her affiliates from Fast Track? Quite interesting that she's making so much money from them. Like, kind of shocking, you know. Like I commend her for making those videos and being honest about her affiliates, for sure. But man, she's making a ton of money from Fast Track. She just showed her P&L on her last video, or her affiliate P&L was at $17,000 from Fast Track. That's insane. I didn't make that much through all my affiliates. So this is what I'm saying. If we break this gap, you can be pretty well sure that we're going to go here. The problem at this point is like, I don't know. I might take a little. We'll take a little stab here. Why not? We'll see if we get some continuation through there. So what I'll do is I'll take one off at 84.50 and I'll go break even on the second. Once we get there. Because with this nice momentum here, you would think that we close above here and we just continue. We would just continue, but maybe not. I probably should have taken the retrace. I forgot in London the retrace is a thing. The retrace. And this is a 25K eval, so we'll be aggressive here. ES 5442 area. So we'll see if this wants to re-sweep the high here. Just for a little scalp, 5 points. Maybe not. They were actually sponsored. I don't know, Visible. I mean, she showed her Fast Track, and like, I try to be honest with you guys, and like, mine is nowhere near what hers is. I mean, she showed hers, so I'm going to assume I can show mine. I don't mind. I'll show it to you guys. So keep in mind, she's been with them for 1 month, and she's made $17,000. I've been with them for 2 months, and I've made $1,700, 10% of what she's made, which is insane. That's crazy. Now, like, hey, I don't hate the game, right? I don't hate the player. I mean, we're all playing the same game. But clearly on Fast Track, she's on another level there. She's getting a lot more sign-ups there, which is awesome for her, for sure. I think it may have a lot to do with like that custom code. I've reached out to them about a custom code, but they haven't given it to me yet. Because, you know, to go find somebody's link and all that, aside from just a code, is a lot more difficult. It's a lot more work for someone to do. I need to pay for my last funded account. What up, Trader Oracle? No, she has half my following, Fred. She has half the following. But she does make different kind of videos. You know, like I don't really make those videos where you kind of, I don't want to call it attacking. Maybe just call someone else out. I don't make those kind of videos or call out other prop firms and stuff like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I said, I'm not. It's just kind of shocking. You're 1 month in and you make 20K. Like, that's a lot of money for just your first month of affiliates. It's a lot of money. But it's nice to know that stuff, right? It's nice to know. Expert, I really don't know. We could go either way, to be honest with you. I'm in this long just because the idea is we should at least hit this swing high, in my opinion. Once we kind of, because we're just knocking our head on this gap here. So once we kind of close above it, I think we at least hit this swing high. I'm on an eval here, so I'm going to be aggressive with the eval this morning. So I'll take one off at the swing high. I'll put the stop to break even, and we'll see if we can get some follow through. If we can, awesome. And if we can't, that's okay. I'll kind of target that 644 area up there, maybe. Chances are we probably get stopped to break even on the runner. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, the only thing that concerns me, Midnight, is it's not really a concern, but it's one of those things where, like, it's kind of like you don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? So is she going to be as fair to on those videos towards Fast Track if she's making, 16, 17 grand a month from them, as she is towards the other prop firms where you're not getting paid from them that much? But we'll see. So we shall see. Because that's kind of her beef with Nutty, right? That's why she's like, her and Nutty kind of butt heads because she thinks that he doesn't say negative things about Apex, right? So that's kind of interesting. So we'll see if she continues to keep it 100, while she's getting paid from them like that. I mean, I hope that she will. Maybe she will. Probably will. We'll see. Keep it 100. Can we push through the 85s? We'll see. A little push here. There's 81. And we just got kicked off. Still watching it over here on the other chart. Pulled back to 76, 75. So not quite pushing up like we want it to. There we are. We're back. And again, this is kind of like one of those, like I said, it's not really an entry. But you would just think logically, like we should still sweep the 84 here. It's just very, very low volume. What up, Zabak in the house? So you took the whole buffer on Thursday. Nice, let's go. Yeah, I love my funded futures payout, man. They pay so fast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast as well, expert. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe I should dip my toes into the whole controversial trading space. I know a lot of things about a lot of traders that I just keep to myself. But maybe we should dip our toes into that space. It seems to pay. It seems to pay. We should do it. We should do it. Why not? What up, Gary? Yeah, people love drama. They do, man. I don't really participate in it. Like the whole Twitter thing yesterday with ICT and Patrick, man, I had to mute my Twitter. I was like, I don't want to hear this bullshit. Like, come on. So, yeah, it could be expert. We don't know. I said she gave Jay $100 in super chat. Nice. Well, this trade might kill us, guys. We're on a 25K account here, so we can't take too much drawdown. I mean, I like fast track trading. I think they're good. I definitely like them. Obviously, I use them. The only thing that I would say is, like, you know, with any prop firm, you're going to have some sort of issues. I think that they definitely need to get a PR person in place, because some of the things that are said and done are not professional, and they need to, they need to get a PR person in place to stop that kind of stuff from happening, in my opinion. So, obviously, direct funding it's a game changer, right? I mean, that's a game-changing type of model. You don't have to do a eval. It's really nice. So, really, really nice. I mean, you think about it, you're like, oh, I can just spend $90 and have a funded account immediately. Why do an eval, right? So, all right. Well, it looks like we might close back below here. We may just burn this account. Yeah, Trade Day did have a very similar model, Gary. I don't know why either. I don't know why they changed it either. Not quite sure. And I never really used Trade Day. I know Black Beauty Machine was using Trade Day and she liked them, and then they changed some of the rules. So, changed some of the rules. Well, we're pulling back, which is not good for our long. At what point do we just cut it? I don't know. I probably should be cutting it now. We probably should just cut it. But we'll just see what it does, because this very well could pull back. I mean, like, it could sweep this kind of trend line liquidity before it goes higher, right? That would be a smarter long. Kind of a pullback with a long out of that. Nothing. They got that bet going about whether ICT is going to win the Robbins Cup or not, and I guess ICT was telling Patrick he wanted him to put the money in an escrow account. There's rumors out there to say that ICT's already blew his Robbins Cup account. I don't really know. Don't really care, to be honest. But I guess he bet like $500,000 that he would win. So ICT was like saying, hey, I want you to put the money up in an escrow account so that when I win, you can pay me. And Patrick is saying that the bet was he would break Larry Williams' record. And I guess ICT was saying that the bet was just for him to just win. So I don't really know. But they were just back and forth all day. So they were back and forth on Twitter all day long. Which was, yeah, it's kind of annoying. So, who knows? I don't know. I mean, I think Trades by Matt has ICT's account number, from what I understand. I think that was the conversation that I had heard, like, way back when. And that he was going to make a video on the results from, like, Dave Teaches FX, ICT, and all those bigger guys who are doing the Robbins Cup at the end of the year. But he was kind of sworn to secrecy between now and then. He's not to mention it. So, all right, Robert, catch you later. So I really don't know. It'll be interesting to see once that video comes out later on in the year, maybe at the new year, from Trades by Matt, what the results are. So we shall see. We shall see. We had a little spike of buyers right there all of a sudden. I don't know if you guys saw My Funded Futures came out with a starter account. If you're a first-time buyer, the starter account's like $48 or something. And that is no activation fee, right? I think on that. So a pretty good deal if you're a first-time user of My Funded Futures. It's like $48 or somewhere in there. Coupon code MM, of course, for the best deal. Let me make sure that's what it is. I think that's what it was. A two-step firm, is it now? Is that what it is? So the starter evaluation, no, that's the old one. Where's the new one at? I thought they had said that, I thought I saw a thing that said that their starter account for the first time user was like $40, $48 or something like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, buffer requirement. Well, that's most places though, Gary. Now in the starter account, you don't have to leave the buffer in, but you lose your drawdown, right? You lose your drawdown. Oh yeah, here it is. So you lose your drawdown for if you take out a payout. So it's $48. Coupon code would be MM. No activation fee for the 50K starter account if you've never had an account with them. $90 for the 100K, $132 for the 150. That's if you never had an account with them. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. If we get to 5,500 while we're on stream here, we'll do a 50K Take Profit Trader account giveaway. So we only need 13 subscribers. So if we can get 13 new subs in the next, I don't know, hour, we'll do a giveaway for a 50K Take Profit Trader account. This thing's just kind of grinding higher. I would like for it to push on through the 8450s. That way we could be off, our risk would be off and we go to break even. That would be ideal. Realistically, if we got back above this wick here, probably should go to break even there because you wouldn't want to see it stall from here to here like it did earlier. So if we do work our way back above that wick, I'll probably just go ahead and go to break even. Again, this is just an evaluation, so I am being a little more aggressive with it than I normally might be here. So keep that in mind. If we open up, I would like for this to happen in the next 8 to 15 minutes. Run through the 8450, or at least back above that wick. And then, because at London Open, we could sweep liquidity to the downside. So ideally, I'd like this to be up there sooner. Yes, visible. I use the DX feed and I copy across everything. Yeah, I'm on an Apex eval for Ed, just a 25K. I copy across everything. It works good. How far is the WeVop? The WeVop. I'm listening to Tom over here. The good old WeVop. Oh. I love it. Is it? Yeah, I don't know, Fred. I don't really calculate it. Some people do, like, oh, you got to have X days. I don't really look at my stuff like that. I just look at, like, I just want to make to the payout. I don't really care when I get there, if you know what I mean. Let's see if our payout's been approved. Let's check it. Jeffrey, the one trade a day has been great for me. Like taking one trade a day, and really sticking to that has been a great help. So you can see these three are still pending. $4,500 still pending. So the one trade per day on my funded accounts has helped. So, for example, in my Apex 25Ks, I'll typically risk 300 for. Well, typically before I was doing 200 for 300, but now I'm to 300 for 300. So $100 a day would be perfectly fine on a 25K. No, you can wait OC pedal as long as you want with Bulenox. Just understand that you'll be charged on your rebuild date if you don't activate it before then. So what I can encourage you to do is make sure you get the 5 trading days in. So flip and just let it sit there and wait. And then just before the rebuild comes, you probably want to activate it unless you're okay with paying another rebuild another month. But it can sit there as long as you want it. On the eval, it can. Slow and steady. Yeah, Gary, that's the thing. Think about it. When you blow accounts, why do you blow accounts? Most times it's because you take more trades than you should and you go on tilt. Let's say you lose 300 on your first trade. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to double my size and take a second trade, right? Well, now if you lose that trade, now you're down $900 on a 25K account. That account's toast. So, yeah, Fred, I have no idea. I don't know how it works. Every one of my payouts have taken 12, 13 days to get approved. So, at this point, that's just what I expect. That's just what I expect. Because what's today's date? It's like the 9th or something? Yeah, 9th. So, now 2 of those were just requested on the 5th. And the other one was requested on the 1st or 2nd. So, it's just kind of what I expect. Again, this doesn't look like it. It looks like it probably pops this account if I just hold this trade. Because, like I said, I would not be shocked in the next 5 minutes if we sweep lower and then go higher. I would like to have seen this ran already. So the question is, do we just hold this or do we 2, 4? Yeah, I'd probably pop this account. Yeah, Zilmi, I've used Topstep, but since they no longer have the affiliate program where they support affiliates, I don't really use them anymore because of that. A joint stream with 0 Day Jake. I don't know if 0 Day would be up to that. Who knows? Yeah, Topstep shall not be. They shall not be named. They shall not be named. Probably in trouble here on this trade, but we'll see. I should probably just wait. I should have waited. We said we should have waited. I want to see this thing rip higher here. It ran a little bit of that trend line liquidity, but I could just get out. It ran a little bit of it. Problem is, I know in the next 3 minutes, this thing's probably going to pull back into the 30s. 42 area. Probably sweeps this low in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Maybe we get one more push higher before then. Let's see. If I see any sellers popping in here, I think I'll just kill it. Let's check it. We need to see all green. This is the punishment that the market gives you, though, when you just jump in all willy-nilly. We did sweep that liquidity there, so maybe we'll see if we get a little pop here or not. Nope. Like I said, I kind of fully expect it. I'm going to go ahead and kill it here just because it could just go ahead and sweep this, but I fully expect it. I don't know. My instincts are saying that we're going to get something like this. So, a little fish hook. If it just rips up here, then that's fine. You can do it without us. So down $500 on that trade. We don't want to be completely unreasonable, right? Not completely unreasonable. Yeah, it is here too, Fred. We'll catch you later. Appreciate you. I could just push up here at open. I don't know. It would make us sad if it did that, but it is possible. We did sweep some of this liquidity to the downside. You don't have to sweep it all. Didn't quite tap back into this gap here either. Yeah, we'll see what happens at open. That would have been the smarter thing to do anyway. But hey, we got to have some entertainment here. We can't just sit here and not take a trade. We can't just sit here and do nada. We can't do it. Ba-da-ba-doom-doom-doom. So we'll see if we find a entry. The streets is watching, yeah. Guns in my head would go lower first and then go higher. But I'm still looking for longs. I like longs, I think, but we could kind of, clean some of this up in here. I mean, you never know. But it may just run higher on us here. It's back up 5 points off of our stop out there. So who knows? Might have been a better choice just to put our stop below this swing and see if it could run back up. Who knows? But I kind of think we sweep into the 30s at least before we go higher. That's my lean. That will be the lean. And then we'll look for a long out of that, see if we can't get back to break even or, maybe a little green. A little greenery. Like I said, currently down $500 on this eval. $500. Man, what are we doing? Well, we got the London Open here in 7 minutes, so we'll see what happens. Is there any news? What do we have on the docket today for news? Let's see. Oh, man, is it going to be one of those Mondays? There's really nothing today, huh? So probably, I'm going to lean that we're probably going to have just like one of those grindy Mondays where we pick a direction and we probably just grind in that direction. We'll see. I mean, we've already kind of started that overnight, right? Just kind of grinding higher, 200 points off the new week opening gap down there. 380s up into the 580. So 200 points off that new week opening gap. We're so low, I would just expect us to kind of, I would expect longs to play here, but typically, like I said, the way I normally would trade was I would look for the trade back through the 380s, but I think that might be left for New York Maybe we take out the 640s, 720s up there, 700s. I mean, and then we'll start moving back towards the Asia. So far away from that Asia low that I think that's just going to be left. But grinding higher here. I mean, you know, hey, we coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, 10 points up where we stopped out from. But as you know, open here can get you, can take you out either way. So we'll see what we get. Maybe we should have displayed a little more patience. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we should have. I keep it cold in my house during the overnight, guys. So we had to put the sweater on. We had to put the hoodie on. Otherwise, we'd be over here freezing. Patrick's already up. What's he doing up? I guess it's only like 8 or 9. Maybe where he's at. In the Hawaii. Today is the last day for the 49% off Fast Track, guys. Today is the last day. I think it ends tonight at midnight. So if you want to support the channel, we'll drop the link here in the chat. FTT_wedding is the coupon code. But you have to use the link in order for me to get credit for it. If you don't use the link, it won't give me credit. But FTT_wedding, 49% off will end today. So it's $91 for a direct to funded account. And again, if we get to 5,500, we only need 13 subs. So if you are watching, you're not subscribed, we'll do a Take Profit Trader account giveaway, 50K. Take Profit Trader account, we'll give it away here in London. So increases your opportunity to win. Well, this thing is just grinding higher. We should have just held. We didn't held through. We held through all the other drawdown. I don't know why we covered there. Seems kind of goofy now. Looks like it wants to run through the 84s. I still think we drop in the next 3 minutes, but we'll see. You very well could just pop right through there. So for my stop out there, I would feel better if it dropped. If it goes through the 84s and we ate the $500 for no reason, that would feel it would feel bad. It would feel bad. So we'll see what happens. Got about a minute, 2 minutes here and 10 seconds. Let's see what we get. It looks like it wants to just pop the 84s. What do? We go max contracts, 20 ticks, get our money back? Is that what we do? Wait, 20 ticks? Something like that. Poof! Or we pop it? No, wait. That's a bad idea. You're getting the gambling. The gamble's coming out early. The gamble. Yeah, Cookie Jar. We're doing a little impromptu London session here. We're hating life right now. We're almost back to break even on the trade that we took a 20-point loss on. 25 points. Or I'm sorry, 15 points. We took it off. I don't know, midnight. Maybe on CPI we might full port. All right, here we go. 20 seconds until the open. Let's see. I think we get this manipulation leg lower. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Just to make me feel better. If we don't, we don't. It looks like it wants to pop. All right, here we are. It's looking poppy. This is what is called going away from your original analysis. Do we take a quick account, maybe Buster here? I mean, there's no way it doesn't run that, but it very well could also kill our account. There we go. So not quite back to break even there. Now 160 now after the port report happened. Port report. Sometimes you just got to port. You got to port it. Sometimes. So we unnecessarily took a $500 loss. Complete misplayed. So we still will be looking for a long, but in order for us to get a long out of this, like I said, we need a manipulation leg lower. Let's clear up some of this trend line liquidity that we got going on here. We already ran some of it, but you know, you got 1, 2, 3 touches. You might could even extend this even further back. You know, you think we clear some of that up, but maybe not. We might just go straight to buy side, 644s, which wouldn't be insane to think, but it could happen. That's right, we got a full port. Port report. Sometimes you just got to do it. It's going to go one or two ways, right? It's either going to blow the account or you're going to be good. What up, Holy Grail? Good morning. Those are the options. I'm listening to music over here. Can you guys hear any bleed over? Let me look. I don't think you can, but maybe you can. Hard to tell. For me. I mean, I'm bullish, so like I probably wouldn't take this, but I think this works. So like if we close back below this right here, I would kind of expect us to maybe at least run to this swing, but since I'm bullish, I'm not going to take it. And, you know, obviously this might just hold, continue to move higher. I think the 640s is likely during this session. That 644 up there. We'll see. That would be the guess. DAX is fizzling out. Yeah, we'll see. You think it's gonna? So you think we got to pull back in order here? I mean, like I said, I am bullish, but I do think that this would work. I might. Maybe we go one Connie. We might could go one Connie here. 66. I mean, that's kind of your... Should maybe at least run that. I don't know. $574 or $587. Risk 12, 13 points here. Stop will go to break even kind of below the 70 area. We have 20 SMA right here. Like I said, I am bullish, but I do think a pullback here does kind of make sense. Although it's dangerous to buy these types of pullbacks or sell them. Because if you're wrong, if your bias is wrong, it's just going to rip your face off. So, or, you know, the bias is not wrong, but you get what I'm saying. If you're wrong about the pullback, my bias is bullish. So, shorting when the bias is bullish is probably not a smart thing, but hey, we're here. So now that we created that swing, if we move below 72 again, I will move stop to break even, which pretty much is going to guarantee a break even trade. Oh. Well, that didn't work. I didn't get the stop in time. The little lightsaber got me. I tried to break even it. That's unfortunate. I didn't expect it to move that quickly. That would have been the break even. Give it a little room. We'll see if it gets back below there. Give us another chance to get out or see if it can boop, pop lower. Let's be on our P's and Q's this time. There we go. All right, that got us out break even. Again, it probably goes. I'm just not, you know, my bias is bullish, so. Yeah, I guess we did leave equal lows here too. Just saw that. Target for me would have been 66.75. Let's see if it would have hit. Probably. And then somewhere down here, I mean, you could target this swing down here if you wanted to. I'm just, like I said, I'm still looking for longs. I like those trades to work a little faster if you're going to take them. Now you'd like to see it stay below that 20 now, if it's going to. Just kind of grindy here. I forget how much patience is required in the London session. Oh. I'm on the wrong chart over here. So pushing back up here, 75. ES back to the 45. Next level up on the ES there are the 55s. We'll see if we get a pullback. It's really kind of what we're looking for, a little deeper of a pullback here. We could take the failed inverse here, maybe to this swing. I mean, that's a thing. I don't know quite how well that works in London, but that is a thing. We are kind of in grind higher mode. Just grinding higher. So now it didn't quite close above yet. Now she's going. So you could kind of scalp it back to this high if you wanted. That'd be the stop. 10. I don't know. It's kind of a cheap trade. Well, what I'll do is I'll try one here to the high. I'm going to be aggressive here, guys. This is not normally how I might would trade, but we're on an eval, so I feel okay-ish about it. What I'll do is if it pops this high, I'll just put the stop at break even, and we'll see if we can just ride it higher. So we'll really just play the stop as our TP. So if we break the high, we'll just go break even. Something like that. And just ride it maybe into the 10s. Maybe like 610 would make sense. For just a quick scalp straight through there. And I would really kind of like to have 2 here because I think 640's in play here, but it came back and stopped us. We kind of retest the 80 here. I may re-participate. Something like, yeah, like that. Really? You gonna be that kind of a girl today? Okay, there we go. Tag us in. And then we'll take one off at the 95. And then I'll try to hold the other one for like the 640s. Really want to see this thing breach this high here and not come back. Get back above that pivot there at 90. We should see some expansion. Let's see. Just to the left here, we are in some sort of, looks like possibly higher time frame fair value gap over there, but we'll see what we get. I'd like to see a close above 90 on this candle or the next. Let's see if it can pop. Want to see a little boost here. Pivot point on the ES there at the 48. All right, one more push here. Emmanuel, we got 83% off of Bulenox. That's it right now. No 90% yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if we get a 90% off. Oh wait. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't in the next day or two. All right. Now we can put our stop in. And let's just see if this thing can make it to the 640s. We are locking in. We're in profit now, so. I'll leave this thing like 2 ticks from our entry. And we'll target the 640. Let's see if we can get there. 643.75 to be exact. I think that's the draw on liquidity, but I want to kind of see it stay above 90 at this point. But you can get a direct to funded account, Emmanuel, for $91 through Fast Track. Links in the top of the chat. You got 83% off Bulenox. $76 all in on My Funded Futures. If you've never tried My Funded Futures before, they do have a special going on for their starter. It's this is a really good deal. $48 all in with no activation fee if you've never tried, if you're a new customer. Use the code MM, not SPP40. But $48 with no activation fee is a really good deal. We want to see this hold above that 90 now. Target the 40s, possibly. We'll see if it can go. See if it can go. That would be, what, 18 plus 43. 60 points, $1,200. That would be almost passing this account if we can get this target. I really do believe that's the draw, but whether or not it comes back and kills us before it gets there is just kind of the question. So I think if we can breach the 600 here, we can get some expansion higher. Just got to get above there. Get above that 600, that psych level there, push into the 610s. Maybe one more retest of the 600 after that, and then go. Oh, really visible? That's nice. So it gave you the discount anyway? Let's go. I may need to try it myself then. Right? I need to try that myself. For sure. The code is MM, Hurst Horns. Just MM, simple. Want to see us hold above 90 here. Let's push above the 600s here with a little strength. Get into the 610, 615 area. Maybe one pullback and then go. That's what we want to see, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So just to kind of visualize, we want to see a little pump, maybe into like the 615s. One more retest of the 90, and then go. That would be ideal for us at this point. I feel okay about where my stop is. I feel like if the stop gets taken, then it's just not going, right? It's just lack of momentum. It's the day, Monday, you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's a really good deal, Hurst. I mean, like $48, and then you also get 5% off that from the code. You should. So that would be another, I don't know, couple bucks. But all in for $48, $46, whatever it is, with no activation fee, that's a pretty solid deal. I mean, that's going to be the cheapest account out there, for sure. Alex, you can actually pay with a credit card if you have a Rise account. You set them up as a recipient, and you can use a credit card. But I do it through Rise with ACH, and they get it the next day, and I have my account the next day. But you can use credit card through Rise. Kind of an odd area for this. I guess ES is at a pivot at the 48. It's not really gotten above it. Nasdaq is above the pivot. ES is kind of fighting at the pivot. A little consolidation here. See if we can't get a little expansion without coming back to the 82.25 first. I don't know. Stop's a little close, but there's not much we can do about that. I mean, if I wanted to be super safe about it, I would put my stop down at the swing at 68. But I'd rather just lock in a green session here. So even if it hits our stop, we're going to be up $100, which is nothing crazy, but, you know. While still trying to go for a larger move here. No bueno. Fight above there. Let's go. Again, if you guys are watching and you have not yet subscribed, if we get to 5,500, I will do a 50K Take Profit Trader account giveaway for free. If not, we'll do it in the New York session where it's going to be much more difficult to win because there'll be a lot more participants. But if you get me there before, if you get me there during this session, we will we'll do the giveaway now. Come here, Maxie. Trying to pet the dog, but he's not having it. He said, "Not today, Dad. Not today." So we want to see a burst. We want to burst into the 15s here. A little bit higher. We want to see a burst into the 15s and then retest the 95, run to the 40s. That would be like an expectation that I would have here. I don't think it goes straight to the 40s without retesting the 95s, but we could be wrong. If you guys have watched my channel during the New York, I am a proponent of the first break above a whole number does not stick. So the first break above typically always has a pullback below and then a go. I used to trade that specifically every single day. I would wait for a break of the whole number, a retest of the 95. I'd get long at 95 and target 610 for 10 to 15 points. So I don't really remember what the win percentage on it was, but it was just kind of an expectation, right? So whenever it pushes above the whole number, I almost always expect a pullback below, which is kind of what happened here. You typically would like it to hit 610, though. It hit 603, pulled back into the 96. So, are you talking about My Fund of Future, Kevin? It's just MM. MM. Are you talking about Fast Track? Who are you talking about? Fast Track or My Fund of Futures? Fast Track is FTT_wedding, or just MM for My Fund of Futures. I'm going to try to get a code from Fast Track this week. I want to get a code from Fast Track, a custom code. So, attempt. I'm going to ask. I think that'll help. I mean, I know it'll help for sure. It's always easier when you have a custom code. Is Tom still long? Anybody know? Are you still long? Oh, he closed it. Slacker. Why'd he close it? No reversal time. This is going to the moon. To the moon. want to see us hold the pivot. We are kind of struggling to go higher. Yeah. And woo, one ticked us. All right. I don't hate it. Now, if this thing just taps me and then goes, that's going to be annoying. Holding that inverse there for now. Was Nutty say shot me in the tick? I mean, I know that this is the safest spot for the stop, right? This is the swing that created the high, but I'm not willing to go red there. Tom took a short and didn't tell anybody. Secret trader Tom Sabo. What up, Timbo? Yeah, Timbo, we're just trying it. We couldn't sleep, so what the hell? May as well get up. May as well get up. I mean, same idea as we had on this other inverse, you know, kind of like once we closed above it, we went bullish. I took the long off that, the retest. So same kind of idea. If we close back below it again, we probably sell. Hanging out in the London, yeah, that's what we're doing. Just a little something, something. I mean, I'm still bullish, so I want to see this thing. Like, I wouldn't mind it run some of this liquidity here. And then maybe in the last 10 minutes of the hour here, push back to the highs. Anybody have their fast track accounts restored yet? I know Tom said his did. Mine is not restored. Not. Negative. Not yet. I mean, I expect it to be, but we did pass some other Apex accounts though this week. We got 10 more. Now we're at 10 funded accounts with Apex. These we got a couple of new ones. So, these are all up a little bit. $200. That one's up 5. That one's up 1,000. This one's up. This one's only like $200 away from payout. 215. And then that one's about 375, 365 away. And then these are all at payout. I've already requested. So those are the ones I'm waiting on. So we'll have 6 left beyond that. Yeah. This is our eval that we're trading today. So basically up $70 on the session. We did have one full port, guys. We full ported right here. We said port report for 5 points to make up for our 15-point loss. And then I could have locked in more here on this long. Like, realistically, I mean, I was up. You know, we're up 22 points on this trade, but I could have locked some in, but didn't. I mean, this is kind of being I don't want to say tricky. I mean, it's in the grind higher mode, but kind of makes it harder to hold it like this. 1 mini, 10 micros, yes, Hurst. And that's once you're funded, that's how it works. Once you're funded with them, then you got a scaling rule. So 1 mini, 10 micros for the first 1,000 in profit. And then 2 minis, 20 mics after that, so on and so forth. Something like that. Man, is this thing just going to push right back above the pivot once more? Do I dare? This is a tough one. I mean, do we participate? Stop with break even at that swing there. I don't know. Really not a deep enough pullback. What we'll do is we'll do the retrace thing. So if it does not hit this swing at 98.50 and it closes and it comes back and retests 92, I'll buy there and I'll sell. I'll sell at the high. And stop loss will be kind of like right there. We'll be risking our profits. Yeah, it makes sense scaling it out with the micros. Ooh, problem is it did hit that. Technically, it hit the break even already. I don't love that per se. I want to see a fast reaction out of this area, get back above this wick. Stop will go up to break even, back above 98.50. That's the idea anyway. It's back above 98.50. You don't really want to see this thing stall. It should push right through the high. Should. That would be the idea. Where you at, buyers? Push on in here. Get her up there. I said buyers. Man, the ES is back at that stupid pivot again, though. That's the problem. ES got to get above that 48.50 area there for this thing to really go. It's kind of double top there at the 48.50. What up, Mr. Lunary? Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree, but I do think we can resweep the high one more time. We don't have to, but I think we can. I'm not liking the reaction here. It's got to kind of go now or I'm going to just kill it. Trying to give it a moment. All right, I'm getting out of it. Break even. It just feels like it should have went already. I wanted to see a quick reaction. I didn't love that swing, and it may go now, but I didn't love that this breached this before it tagged me in. I said it before then. I didn't want to see it hit this before it tagged me in, and I still let it tag me in. Because technically that's my break even. I would move the stop because like once it breaches this, you really want to see it continue to go. When it doesn't, that's a sign that you're probably not going to have a winning trade. And we'll see if the result, let's put our stop where it was, and let's see what the result would have been. It's always good to know, right? Always good to know if you would have been right or not. Looks like we might have been right. Well, wrong, but right. Still kind of little small bull flag here. Very, very tiny one. I mean, if the ES pops this pivot, we're going to get a nice little lightsaber up. But I want to just see it. I wanted to see it move faster than it did, so. Mr. Lunar, yeah, I've used the 2000 tick chart before, but I don't know. The results to me, like, you can't really trade inversions on that, and that's typically what I try to trade. So for me, it didn't really work out, but yeah, I used to use the 2000 tick chart quite a bit. Just haven't used it in quite a while. We're going to rejoin. I like the momentum on this candle. I think we should breach this swing and push through the high quickly here. Feels that way anyway. And maybe not. Rejection again. Goodness, come on. Feels like it wants to go. Feels like it wants to pop. It wants to pop. My instinct says it wants to pop. But now we got a worse entry. We should just have some momentum right through there. Above that swing, I am going to go ahead and move my stop up. I want to see it move right through there. And just pop through there and go. I think above that swing we should go here. All right, there we go. So stop's in. We shouldn't stop now. We should just push right through there. Well, maybe not. Well, you know. We gave it the college try. So let's see if the trade would have a different outcome if we had not, if we'd stuck with our original entry. The stop would have went to break even there for the pushback above here. Let's see if it runs through the high. Probably. And I wouldn't be shocked to see this thing spike into the 15 or 20s. So it looks like we probably would have ended up with 10 points here. We'll see. Little mismanagement on our part. Hey, what can you do? Trade better? Yeah, good suggestion. Good idea. Good idea. Be better? Yeah. Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable. ES made a new high there. Nasdaq not quite there yet, but it should. All right, close your eyes. I'm thinking about. No, I'm not going to do it. I was thinking about just going in with 2 minis here and taking one off at the high for like 3 points, and then trying to get a runner going, but. I was thinking about it. Do I think this will be the start? I don't know, Steam. Like, we could certainly use a pullback. We could have a pullback, but so far, like, what I look at is this thing showing any signs of pulling back? Not really. It's showing like grind higher to the next level, to the next draw on liquidity, which is 644. So to me, I think that we're probably going there direct. It might be 430 before we get there, if we get there, but I think that's where it's going, to that buy side. It's just in grind higher mode. I mean, there is an SMT here with the ES. ES made a high, but yeah, there it goes. Not any longer. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked for this thing to pop into the 10 or 15s and then pull back into the 90s for one more retest. But so far, it's not displacing a whole bunch above. Yeah, exactly, Timbo. I will be bullish probably here in New York. All right, looks like we reached the 5,500 subs, but I'm not quite sure if that's legit. The only reason I'm saying that is because we only got 50 people in here, and I haven't seen a single notification for the subs. So, no, expert. I took some payouts in 2023 as well. We took some payouts last year. Not a ton. I think I took like maybe $5,000 in payouts last year total. Oh, no, I've had payouts from a bunch of props. From APEX, Bulenox, My Funded Futures, Topstep, Fast Track. No real plans yet, Mr. Lunery. I'm going to Texas, to Austin, Texas in October. I think the week of October the 15th. Somewhere around the 15th. For the Georgia-Texas football game, and then I'll be going to Vegas at some point here in the next few weeks, few months, whatever. You guys want to enter the giveaway exclamation point cash in the chat? 50K account giveaway. I like Topstep Expert, but they ended the affiliate program, so I don't really trade them anymore just for that reason. I do like them, though. Yeah, I go to Vegas quite a bit. I haven't been in probably 2 years, but I normally go quite a bit. And so this is kind of what I was talking about, a pullback into the 95. Should I take this? Man, I kind of like it. I'm going to try it here. It's not the greatest of ideas, but we're going to try it. What are we risking? 6 handles here. Something like that. Could have got in sooner on it, obviously, but it's all right. We should pop right back through the high here. This is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. It might manipulate lower one more time. If it does, it'll just get us. So we'll see. You took a long? Let's go. Yeah, maybe steam. I mean, not too bad. I was a little late getting in. Yeah, I'm trading New York's a hill. Oh, you took a short, Holy Grail? Fading me. Fading me, Holy Grail. It's all right. I don't mind it. I typically don't like shorting into the 90, but I don't think it's horrible. Looks like you might get paid. I should probably put it below the pivot, huh? That's 8 points. We'll be small red if it hits it. It's fine. No, you're no worries, Holy Grail. Yeah, I go to Vegas to gamble. I don't go to Vegas for shows and the sights. I go there for the gamble. We play poker. Like the last time I went, I took my girlfriend with me, so we saw the sights and did the shows and stuff. But typically, I mean, I've been to Vegas several times where I didn't leave the casino. I literally went from the airport to the casino that I was staying in, and I stayed in that casino the whole time for 3-4 days. So I just go for the gamble. Steam, the easiest thing to do, and find a strategy that works for you, that works within your risk parameters, that works with your personality. That's one of the things a lot of people misinterpret when it comes to trading. Like, you can trade a strategy, but if it doesn't align with your personality, then you're not going to be successful with that strategy, right? So what do I mean by that? If you're someone who likes to move your stop very quickly, then holding for 50 points is not going to be conducive. It's not going to be successful for you. You're not going to be successful at that, right? You need more of a scalping strategy. If you're someone who has patience and can hold for 50 to 100 handles, then yeah, one of those strategies is better for you. But for example, for me, I like to move my stop very quickly, so inversions works very, very well for me. So that aligns with my personality. And then take one trade per day. Find a setup that you like. Take one trade per day. If it's a winner, put it away. If it's a loser, put it away. Because if you have a high win rate strategy, let's say you have a 70% win rate strategy, or even a 60, doesn't matter. You're gonna win more than you're gonna lose. So if you're winning 7 out of 10 days, taking one trade per day is going to allow you to be successful and grind your way to a payout. The problem that people have is they lose that first trade, and then all of a sudden they want to take another trade. They're like, oh, I lost that trade. Let me take another one. And then next thing you know, you're down $600 instead of $300 or so on and so forth. And then you end up losing money. There are no casinos in Georgia. Georgia is a very conservative state. I would venture to say that we will be the last state to ever get a casino or gambling or whatever. Well, I like this. I'm going to actually move my target up here. I like this look of this momentum here. I like this a lot. And it's also coming into the macro. We got 2 minutes here until the macro kicks in. This should, if the draw is 640, we should see expansion here higher. We should really see some expansion higher if the draw is actually 640. So I will lock in some as we go. We might get stopped out. But I'm going to kind of use my stop as my take profit. And just kind of trail it like one candle behind as we go higher here. And just continue to walk this up. Because in the next, we should see some expansion higher if the draw is actually higher here. And if it gets us, it gets us. We don't care either way. I'm trying to give it an opportunity to go. So, GG, I like life here in the US. I mean, there's certainly better places that you could live, but hey. Yeah, I play poker. Yeah, Steam, that's exactly right. So like my win rate runs at about 83%. So if I know I'm winning 8.5 days out of 10, why would I take more than one trade in a day? Right? So even if I lose, I know that most likely over the next 7, 8 days, I'm probably going to win 6 or 7 of those. So like, it doesn't make any sense to take more than one trade for me. But that works differently for everybody. And you also have to have a certain mental capacity to be able to just take one trade and be done. I think my final target will be 30, even though I think the draw is 40. I think the draw is 44. So what are we locking in here? We're locking in, we're not even 10 points, like 8.5 points right now. Yeah, time in the market there, Mr. Lunary. And like, the thing is, even though I gamble, I play poker. So like, poker is a mental game. There is some luck involved, but it's a skill game. And I feel like trading's the same thing. Like, is there luck in trading? Sure. There's some luck in trading. So like, it's very, very similar. Now, there's not as much luck in trading, but it's certainly a factor. So that's how I'm able to do it. Like, you have to keep the mental side, it's the hardest and the easiest thing to do. It's what I say. So like, putting the account away after one trade, it's the easiest thing to do, but it's the hardest thing, especially if that first trade is a loser. So what I try to do is I try to think of it in terms of like, all right, I got stopped out. Like, if I don't take a full loss, say only take a 10-point loss instead of a 15, then I will still take another trade. So Conjural, I'm trading the inversions. So for example, this is not a very good one, but we'll just kind of show you. So when you have a bearish fair value gap and then we close back above it, there's a pretty high chance that we continue higher, right? But ideally, what I'm really looking for, and this thing is probably just going to, I mean, like, I expect this to be hit in the next 10 minutes. But what I normally would look for is something like this. So like, kind of like a sweep of liquidity and deliver from a bullish gap. And then in here, wreck a, so like right here, you would deliver from a bullish gap from here, and then you would wreck a bearish gap. So once we closed here, this is very high probability that we're at least going to hit that swing. And so that's the basics of the strategy that I'm trading. And it's really very simple. If you just look for this particular setup every day, you'd win probably 85% of the time, assuming that you take this trade in premium or discount. What I mean by that is, do I really want to be longing up here? No, if I was looking for that trade, then I would need a pullback. I would need like a really kind of a pullback. So like trading during London, it's more of a feel thing. But during New York, you'd really need a pullback. So if you only took the trade in discount long and premium short, very high probability that you're going to be a profitable trader. So yeah, Timbo, makes a lot of sense. We are doing a 50K Take Profit Trader giveaway, guys. Exclamation point cash in the chat if you want to join. We got about, we'll probably do the giveaway at 4 a.m. Why not? And here's the thing, like, you can know where the market's going, right? You can know that it's going here, but the market can still take your money on the way to here. And that's the cruelty of trading. If your timing is off on your entry, then then you could still lose money. It's just how it goes. Like I said, in the next probably 6 minutes, we're probably going to be at 644, somewhere very close to it. 6 to 8 minutes. So, yeah, Mr. Lunary, I say that, and I still work on it as well. I still struggle with the one trade a day. I still blow accounts. I still screw it up myself. So, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's just what makes me successful. And even in that, I still struggle with it at times because tilt is a thing. Tilt's a thing in trading. It's a thing in playing poker. You know, it takes just one. Let's just give you an example. Say the copy trader messes up. And maybe I don't get the full profits, or I get no profits on some accounts. And other accounts, I get full profit. I mean, that's something that small could just set you off the edge. It really, really can. So you got to try to control the emotions when it comes to that stuff, but it can that can set you off. Like now, if I'm trying to get an entry up into the 40s there, then we're going to need some sort of pullback sweep. Give me a little setup to go to that area. Pushing up. What do we get to there? 620. ES next level up there is 54.55, and it pushed up to the 54s. 54.25. Now pulling back to the 52s. I don't mind this thing pulling back into the 606 area. Kind of like, this is like what I just drew, right? Let's think about it. This is pretty much what we just drew, if we can get this. Now, are we in discount of the range? No. So this is not like an A setup, but if we delivered from this and then got a clean inverse on the way back up, then that wouldn't be bad. I'm trying to see if we tapped it on any of the other time frames. Not really. Well, technically here on the 30-second, there's the tap on the 30-second. I mean, you can see this is pretty much what I just drew, but we're not in discount. So, like, it's obviously a more dangerous trade because we're not in discount. But this is kind of what I mean. So, you sweep of liquidity would be this low here. So, you swept that low. You tapped into a fair value gap on the 30-second chart. And then if you rip back above here, pretty high probability that this at least goes to here, which makes it, you know, an almost automatic winning trade. But the problem is, you know, probably would be a break even at best. You probably get stopped because you'd put your stop to break even once it breached this high. Oh, thanks, Ben. Yeah, I saw you last night. Oh, let me go ahead and resume the entries for a few more minutes, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't usually trade the London, Ben, but so you're kind of lucky that I'm here, but I couldn't sleep. So I said, why not? All right, guys, a few more minutes on this giveaway, exclamation point cash in the chat if you want to join. Jump into that giveaway, Ben, if you haven't already. Exclamation point cash. AS in the house. So that's the only thing with this. I'm going to take it, but, you know, it's, like I said, stop has to go to break even really fast here. So stop, go there. You would have to just go. Yeah, see what I mean? So there's the close. Actually, you could take the retest here, but I don't know. If you trust it to continue to go to the 40s, you know what? Why not? Let's take it. Let's target the let's see if we get a little burst up here at the top of the hour. What do we got? Oh, right now. Oh, burst down looks like. So that just means the draw is probably lower. I want to be a rock star. All right, what I'm going to do is put the stop right here now, and it either stops us out or it goes. That's the only thing about Quantower. Okay, there we go. So if it breaks this swing, then we just get stopped out. Otherwise, we'll give it a chance to go. Green trade, this entry is for a free take private trader 50K account, so it's not for cash. Yeah, the initial balance, it's the same thing Trades by Matt does. That's where I got it from. It's I like that trade. I mean, it's one of my favorite trades. I don't get as in depth in it. Like, he watches Delta and certain things like that. I don't really get into all that, but I just see why he does. Let's see. Something like that. I still think the draw is probably higher, but we'll see. Yeah, opening range break, 5 minutes. A lot of people, I mean, it's a lot of different ways to trade that, right? RM trades in the house. What up, RM? All right, guys, you got about a minute, and we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. We probably get stopped out on this. I feel like this probably sweeps that low one more time, but we'll see. We shall see. Tom Savo's the giveaway sponsor? Nah. Ben, I've been trading for 21 months now, I think. 21 months. We only long the top here, guys. Like, could we have a worse entry? We long the very top. We long the top. That's pretty bad. I don't hate a close above here. If we get a close above, I expect a little more expansion higher. Let's see. There we go. I might kill it here. I think it's going to go, but I don't know if I want to give it the room that it needs. We'll put the stop there. We'll at least lock in a little bit of a profitable day. At least break even on the day. Could have just taken it off up there if I wanted to, but I'm giving it a moment. Yeah, Ben, I watched Dodgy's videos. Obviously, I knew what an inversion was before I ever watched a video from him. I'm a little more aggressive than he is. Like, I'll take a B or a C setup. But it's the same concept. The exact same concept. A lot of people trade the inversion model nowadays. It's really high win rate if you do it correctly. So sometimes I have my bias wrong and it costs us. Or sometimes I'll take trades that are against my bias just because, you know, for whatever reason. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this off, I think. Save a couple of points. Lock in a little $100 there. It might go. I heard another beep. Yeah, I do. I scale and break even bin. So if it's 10 points, even if it's not 10 points, I'll scale half my position and then break even. Most of the time I'm targeting 10 to 15 points, so that's why I do it that way. All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys just a few more seconds. The reason why I went ahead and did that was because we left equal lows there, and that's right where my stop was. So I knew this was probably going to come back and re-sweep that area, which it just did. So, you know, just save 3 or 4 points. Nothing crazy. Morning, Zach. Morning, morning, morning. And now it came back and swept all these little wicks here. So now there's a pretty decent possibility now it runs. We'll see. I mean, it could pull back lower. Ben, it's really like, it depends on where you're at in your trading, right? Different prop firms are going to offer you different things depending upon where you're at in your trading career. So if you're new, I would say Bulenox Bulenox or APEX because it's the cheapest upfront cost. If you're more experienced, then I would say Fast Track Trading or My Funded Futures or Take Profit Trader because they're a little more expensive. So it really just depends on where you're at in your trading journey. Me personally, right now where I'm at, I'm liking Fast Track a lot because it's a direct to funding. I don't have to do an eval. But Take Profit Trader is also really good. Just depends on where you're at. All right, guys, let's do the giveaway. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's pick a winner. Who's it going to be? TJ Cisse. Are you here? Make yourself known. Make yourself known. Where you at, TJ? Is he here? TJ, you got 5 minutes. At 4:12, we will redraw. So let's see if TJ is here. I can still tag him. So we'll give him 5 minutes here. If he doesn't respond, then we're going to just pick another winner. Where you at, TJ? Come on, you can show up. Get off the toilet, man. Everybody's always on the toilet when they win. Oh. We've kind of degened it up in this London session here. We've taken a lot of trades. We're up $50 after fees. So, Total Rut, you don't have to re-enter. I think he's here too, Holy Grail. I'm able to tag him, but he's just not. Maybe he's behind. We'll see, RM. I don't really know because like there's so many people that that don't I mean like Fast Track, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Fast Track sales on my end, right? In comparison to the other props. The other props are still stronger, but we'll see how it goes long term. Man, do I dare take a short here? Why not? One for the stream. We might take it. I still think the draw is higher, but we're due for a pullback. And we are kind of coming up on the end of the macro here. Does that equal lows at 95? It is, actually. Oh, TJ, there you are. Let's go. Congrats, TJ. Sage is going to fast track. Which I really didn't have a whole lot of experience with Sage, so like, I don't know. All right, TJ, let me get you my email here. Hold on one second. I'm trying to. I don't know. It's against the bias. It's into the whole number. It's against the bias. I don't know. I'm going to kind of skip it, I think. Send me an email at methodicalman@gmail.com. And send me the email for your Take Profit Trader account. So whatever you use to log in. If you don't have a Take Profit Trader account, you will need to create one. However, you don't have to buy anything. So just send me an email there, TJ. I'm in very late on this. I just noticed a 30-second inverse here. And it should already be at break even, so I'm in very, very late. We'll add at 6:07. Little degen on an eval here. Yeah, Ben, that sucks. Yeah, TJ, send me an email to methodicalman@gmail.com. I don't know if you're probably behind. Hit the live button. You're probably behind on the stream. We're going to degen it up here on this last trade, and then we'll be out. Low probability trade here, but we're going to give it a go. Let's see if we can get the rip up that we're looking for. Give it to us. Get back above that 616 here. Make us feel good. Or don't. It's up to you. Yeah, I think TJ must not be on the live. He must be behind on the stream. That's okay. It happens. Once we breach that 616, if we can, the stop will go to break even. Got to get above that 20 SMA there. Let's see. Can we pop? Can we pop it? Maybe we've just ran out of steam and this is all we're going to get. Maybe. You know what? We're going to degen it up. We're going to add one more. All right, now we're in 3 minis, guys. We're in heavy. We're in heavy mode here. Might just wreck us. One more time? Would you say one more? We might sweep the 95. What we'll do is we'll add one more at 95. Oh. This might be a slight degen. All in, full port. Why not? Full port. Full port this puppy. I do use pivot points, Colorado. They're right here. Got a pivot down here at 90. See that gray line? We use it. Oh, yeah. TJ's here. TJ, I'll put the email in there for you one more time, just in case you somehow missed it. Well, looks like this count might go kaplop. Guys, I can degen it up too. Trust me, with the best of them. We just usually don't, but we can. $4.16 here. We kind of want to see this kind of soup these lows. Just tap it and pop back up. Otherwise, trouble is a brewing. Yeah, it could be Mr. Lunary. It's going to run that 95 area. We know that. Oh, really? That's interesting, SP. I love static accounts. I don't know if I've ever used UProfit. I'll have to look into their rules, because I'm not quite sure how their rules work. All right, well, if this gets us back to break even, we'll take it off, but I'm not that confident in it since we're leaving basically triple equal lows down here at 95. I would expect those to be taken. It might just be pushing back up into this imbalance to go lower. That's more likely what it's doing here. But it still could pop above there. Most likely just trading back up. I would expect this to probably hold. Now, if we sweep this and then push back up, maybe. But we might be too deep in the hole for it to matter. It's only a 25K account, so. $18,950 today. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I'm going to be bullish today. During the New York, I think we move up. Now, we could just eat it here and look for another entry, but let's see if we can get back to break even. I might just take it off. Yes, it's an OT. I think it might be an OT of this leg, Ben. Maybe. I mean, like, it's subjective, right? So if you measure from this swing to this swing, then yeah. But of the entire range, no. Not really, Mr. Lunary. I kind of leave it the same. Unless there's something crazy. And again, I'm not in love with this trade right now, obviously. But it still can work. If we can just, if we soup these lows, soup the 95 area, just kind of sweep it, hold the 90, then get some momentum back to the upside. Or it could just wreck us. I mean, we do got a lot of trend line liquidity here. It could just whoop, and just blow it. Very well could. So we'll just see what happens. That's all we can do. Like I said, I think if you were, this is a shift in structure. You expect this gap to hold, especially equal lows below. Pretty easy read there. I'm already long, so there's the sweep of those lows. It did just tag me in on a fourth. So we're not going to be able to take very much here, like 3-4 points of a full pullback, and then we'll be wrecked. Yeah, see. So there you go. Just wrecked us. This would be like if you were looking for a long, probably out of here would make more sense. Somewhere in there. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I think I'm going to call it there, and we'll be back at 9:15 a.m. for the New York session. TJ, it's TJ, right? TJ, get that sent over to me, the email for your Take Profit Trader account. It might take 1 or 2 business days for them to get you the account. But we'll get that over to you for your free account. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And we'll see you guys at 9:15 in the morning.